Time to relax a little bit now as we look at this week's petty criminals. First up today, Rosewater has sent in a picture of her lovely horse, Scooter. He really was the best horse, she says. Very, very gentle, but when they were in a show, he would take control and it was awesome. She misses Scooter very much. Rose was also the owner of the first animals to feature on this channel, with the two corgis, Grenadine and Arlo, and Momo the cat. That was in the Colin Cheetham episode. Bo the wolf has sent in her two animals, Torgo, who actually believes she's under arrest. This is the sign of a guilty criminal. Torgo was a rescue that Bo found, clearly suffering from heat stroke as a tiny 2 to 3 week old kitten. Today the little monster is happy and healthy, Bo tells me. Torgo likes to chase everything. And then we have Lexi, the border collie. Bo tells me she had to drive 500 miles to collect Lexi. Little lady Lexicon runs about herding whatever she can find, to include wildlife that crosses the fence, such as quail, pronghorn antelope, and the occasional whitetail. Thank you, Bo, for sending them in. Eddie has kindly sent in Dakota. He's an 8-month-old brindle boxer. Oh, I haven't looked this up, so I'm going to say it and then you can tell me off. He lives in Fayetteville, West Virginia. Take me home. My granddad always used to say, if you can stick your head through the wall, you are guilty as charged. He got probation the first time he tried to chew through the wall. Now after his second offence, he has to be crated to keep his nose clean. Eddie goes on to tell me he's a very happy boy and loves rawhides, vanilla wafers and going for car rides. I think Eddie was talking about Dakota there. Thanks for sending them in, Eddie. Cheers. Oh, ma'am, yes, ma'am. She says, yes, it's me again. My next nominee for petty crime is the neighbourhood cat that has been coming to visit me at my apartment for almost 6 years. I named him Poppy, but a couple of years ago he went missing and I found out that his name is actually Miles. Thankfully, he wasn't missing for long. He reappeared one day out of the blue. Well, ma'am, yes ma'am, doesn't like the name Miles, so he's still Poppy. He still shows up every now and again just to check on ma'am, yes ma'am. It may be something to do with the free tuna and milk that's always available. Finally, ma'am says, this cat is so cool and so friendly, and he deserves a shout out. My buddy, Poppy Miles. Thanks ma'am, yes ma'am. Love it. Kitty has decided to share her adorable criminals. First up we have Chop, who's a German Shepherd mix, whose biggest crime is losing control of his bladder. It's a way of saying it fairly sweetly, I guess. Token, the pug, likes to distract you and then eat your food. Good tactic, Token. And then finally, the hedgehog is actually a victim of a crime who was rescued. She's doing well now, but was poisoned by slug pellets. She's named Frankie, after St. Francis. Thanks for that, Kitty. Now we have Sleepy Girl, who when I reply to her comments, I call Sleepy G. She has decided to send in JJ, which is short for Janis Joplin. She says this is possibly the only creature I know that is sleepier than myself. In these photos she's in a banana box because she just turns her nose up at fancy cat beds. There's an outdoor photo of her sleeping on the neighbour's shed roof, which is her favourite spot to hang out on sunny days. Sleepy Girl couldn't come up with a crime because she's never even used her claws in anger. She'd much rather have a cuddle. JJ, you may have passed your sell-by date, but I think you're pretty cute. Next one has been sent in by other Mr. Babcock, and he's kindly sent in some pictures of his cat, Little Miss. She's 13 years old and was rescued by Mr. Babcock's two friends. They found her on the side of the road, starved with her tail clipped. Little Miss is old and sassy, doesn't even like to get up early even for treats. She likes to nap in the sunlight, and whenever someone visits, the cost of entry is to pet her. She also believes everything in the house is hers, and her tail now measures 4.5 inches exactly. There's also one picture of her having a nap in a dollhouse in the sun. And finally the picture of her at the Hallows Eve party. Thanks for sending them in. Stephanie Mixell, she has sent in her 5 criminals. Shadow is the tuxedo cat and is the reigning princess. Jude, also known as Judy Boy, is our Siamese prince. He's ultra spoiled but helps his daddy work every day. Ryder, my snuggle bunny, is our diplomat. He's 18 pounds in weight and he loves everyone, especially his 73-pound black lab mix Harmony, and is also best friends with 56-pound rat terrier mix Charlie. Stephanie lives in southeast Louisiana, about 45 minutes north of New Orleans. Julie and Matt, who live in Sydney, Australia, have sent in their dogs, Pollyanna and Franklin. Some extra names for Pollyanna is Loppy and Lop Lop, and Franklin is also known as Frankie and Wigglebutt. Polly is a Chihuahua cross, mini Foxy, and is 13 years young. Frank is a mixture of Papillon, Pomeranian, Chihuahua and Terrier, and is 2 years old. Polly is the boss, and Frankie is always trying to steal her treats, but she always catches him. They are so funny together and are best buddies. Julie's also told me that her family are from Armagh in Northern Ireland, so hello to them as well. But thanks Julie and Matt for sending the pictures in. Next up, Hans, or Hannes, Hannes, has sent in pictures of his beloved cat, Mio, M-I-O. He sometimes gets caught digging flower soil from the plants, and once scratched upon a cat candy bag during the night and looted it empty. He also loves cuddling and playing fetch. Mio also likes to sit on the piano when Hans is playing the piano. Thanks for sending them in, and I hope I got your name right. Finally, Peggy would like to introduce us to her chinchillas, Sammy, who's a female, and Billy, that's a male. Sammy is the bigger one, she's 9 months old, and Billy is 6 months old. Sammy loves snacks and lives to eat. Her favourites are dried banana chips, raisins and tortilla chips, to name just a few. Billy is so hyper and likes to run and drive Sammy a bit crazy, but she loves him nonetheless. And to finish, there is our Peggy with, I'm going to guess at Sammy, but if it's Billy, then so be it. Thank you very much for all of those who sent in their pictures. I'm up to about mid-October now, so if you believe you've sent them in already and I haven't mentioned them, maybe it's worth resending or checking that you sent it to thecrimereel@gmail.com. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great week, my petty crimers. Stay safe. Goodbye. Chinchilla fur is 30 times softer than the human's hair. Goodbye.